I know the troll's gonna come for me when I say this, but I don't have any kids yet. But mathematically, when I was doing the calculations, instead of having 5 kids by one man, it's more it's more financially beneficial for me to have 5 kids by 5 different men, especially in Texas, because there's a limit on how much child support you can get. So I'll make sure I have 5 different kids by 5 different men and make sure that they earn at least the max amount, so I can get the max amount of child support every month from each child's father. Quacky. I know the troll's gonna come for me when I say this, but I don't have any kids yet. But mathematically, when I was doing the calculations, instead of having 5 kids by one man, it's more it's more financially beneficial for me to have 5 kids by 5 different men, especially in Texas, because there's a limit on how much child support you can get. So I'll make sure I have 5 different kids by 5 different men and make sure that they earn at least the max amount, so I can get the max amount of child support every month from each child's father. Quacky. I know the troll's gonna come for me when I say this, but I don't have any kids yet. But mathematically, when I was doing the calculations, instead of having 5 kids by one man, it's more it's more financially beneficial for me to have 5 kids by 5 different men, especially in Texas, because there's a limit on how much child support you can get. So I'll make sure I have 5 different kids by 5 different men and make sure that they earn at least the max amount, so I can get the max amount of child support every month from each child's father. Quacky.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. Call Halayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekat Chodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. And that's what's always being advertised, spoken to, taught, edified to our women. It's to be promiscuous, to be a whore. It's okay to have multiple partners, multiple baby daddies, which I hate to use that term, but that's what it is. And also basically to pollute your vessel, your body, because a woman was not made to collect and compact multiple men's DNAs. Okay, because all that collecting of specimens in that quiver leads to bacteria, STIs, STDs, and also other complications that will arise in the future. Okay, but as you see, this is what has always been advertised, not mainly to our people, to keep our people docile and weak, because our people are literally spiritually, mentally, physically destroyed, man. And it infuriates you, but the more you grow in this truth, the more you see and the more you understand, man. At some points, man, you just know our people just need a cleansing process, which is going to be destruction, which is going to be the Lord bringing forth his wrath and resetting the process, almost, but of all nations, man, because the earth is completely destroyed and needs restoration, man. Okay, but it is highly promoted amongst women, and again, especially the Israelite women, to be whores, to be promiscuous, to have flipped upside down, because a man can have multiple women, not only for sex. See, a lot of jakes that are deprived and really don't get women and really haven't experienced women in general, that's their main focus. Their main goal is to have a lot of different women to have sexual encounters with. When it's not, literally only a focus of just intercourse. Okay, first and foremost, it's also mainly to build a legacy to bring forth, a lot of children. And, regardless of which are important, okay, not only in our nation, but also in general to mankind. Okay, because, obviously we need women to populate the earth. Okay, but the woman is set up to being a helpmeet for the man to keep the household structured, to assist the man. Okay, point blank period. They're the first nurturers of the children. They help the children develop, and what has been taught for them from their father to their husband, they're supposed to enlighten and edify the children of those matters, which those matters are from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, but it's told in this captivity to be a whore. I'm gonna read this again. Leviticus 19 verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter, because as you hear these women say, well, what can you do? I need a man that makes 5,000. I need a man that's only gonna and recognize and acknowledge me and only love me and take care of me. And regardless, because a lot of these women think this, regardless of me having 6 or 7 or 8, 10 kids, you got to take care of all my kids and basically accept all my BS. Okay? To cause her to be a whore, least the land fall to whoredom. And not only physical whoredom, but also spiritual whoredom, because you have a lot of these women that indulge in witchcraft. You have a lot of women that actually, because if I'm not mistaken, that bullshit Ramadan just ended. You have a lot of Israelite women indulging in the Nation of Islam, that Muslim nonsense. And that's the only time you'll see the nigger woman covered up, is when they come to Ramadan. That's the only time you will see the infamous bald-headed nigger woman covered up, is when Ramadan comes. And after that, she's back to being a whore. She's back to being masculine. Okay? Disobedient. Disrespectful. Okay? Corrupted. And the land become full of wickedness. And we see, man, this land is nothing but wickedness, man. The only thing righteous coming out of this land is the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, is the prophets being awoken and setting their leads to do what the Lord has predestinated them to do. Okay, but let's continue, man. Let's go to the book of James, because this world produces and promotes and advertises for you to be wicked, for you to, think that you can do what you want, and it's A-okay. There's nothing wrong with your manifestation of life. Okay, it's and if anybody corrects you or steps towards you in any way about your life, they're the ones that are evil. They're the ones that are wicked. But to literally hear and then clock it, look, man, goodness gracious, man, clock it. Then you tapping your finger, your index finger, your thumb together and shit, man. Our people are done. Okay, but to literally grab your phone, hit the camera button, then press record, and to spew this right here and then say to haters, what? No, it's people that's telling you that you're wrong. And you see what's going on with people that does this stuff, people that have multiple children by different men, what they go through. Later on down life, they regret this, they regret that, and they get on camera, they cry, they boo-hoo, they moan, because they're washed up. They got so many damn miles, and they got more bodies. Listen, they got you women, especially you in dubs, man. And I'm not talking just about the so-called black. I'm talking about all tribes of Israel, Judah on down to Issachar. You Israelite women got more bodies than Esau, man. And Esau got bodies, man. Okay? So that's terrorizing, man. How you women gonna have more bodies than the damn wicked? Esau's out here catching bodies left and right, man, and you women got way more bodies than him. Okay? So this is St. James 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? So you partaking, indulging in the customs, the philosophies, the traits, the characteristics of this world, you're an enemy of the Lord because you're wicked. Your mind's corrupted. Your mind's contaminated with the perverseness of Babylon the Great, and you indulge more and more with drinking the philosophies, taking that wine more and more again. You're drunk because the wickedness makes you feel like you're somebody, like you have a righteous what's the word I'm looking for? For your peers that come after you, man. When you people are truly actually teaching the younger generation how to be worse, man. Every generation since we've been in captivity has gotten worse and worse, man. Every generation has got. I mean, even when I was growing up, to a certain point, I'll say to a certain point, literally a certain point. When you talk to females, you actually had to, interact with females, obviously in the real world, talk to them face to face. And then, you would be in school, you would pass out notes. And then, you would get the phone number. And, me, what I went through, and I'm speaking when I went through, I had to actually go through the father to be able to talk to the daughter, man. That's the type of experience I had with my demon, the woman that I have children with, my wife, who's still alive. But, I actually had to go through her father to get consent and acceptance from him before I could talk to his daughter, man. Okay? So when I called their crib, it would be times the mom would pick up, the father would pick up, one of the siblings. But majority of the time, it'd be the parents. And I always had to acknowledge, have manners, greet, and ask if their daughter was available. Okay? And then, that's just something. And then at certain, again, at a certain point in my generation, when we talk to females, they would just talk to us. But again, as I stated, a certain time in that generation, that changed. And you would have females, starting to be promiscuous, talking to more than one dude. But at one point in my generation, you did have females actually focus on one dude. Okay? St. James 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And the way this woman is talking, the way she's speaking, she's not worried about bringing children in the light in this world to raise them correctly, to give them the correct moral standards, instructions, guidelines on how to conduct themselves, how to go about life. No, she's thinking about a retirement plan. Okay, she's talking about having 5 different children by 5 different men to have a certain type of tax bracket from child support, aka Title 4D, to live off of that. She's not worried about the mental state, the mental benefit for the children, the mental upbringing for the children. See, a lot of prophecies that are in the scriptures are being played out and revealed right now before our eyes. This is literally 2 Timothy. Men shall be lovers of their own selves, man. And these women have literally shown you, and also we'll grab that soon here. With she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. Just waiting for judgment, man. Because only thing you want to do is have a pleasurable, enjoyable life. You don't want to see sorrow. You don't want to see any mourning. Well, the Lord's going to bring that abundantly, man. Okay, but you heard this woman. She says, I can get child support. Because these women is a snare and a trap. So you literally should not be looking. Matter of fact, let's go to the next precept before I speak on that. Okay, because all these women belong to somebody at the end of the day. Every last one of these women, because again, they've said and made it known on various social media platforms, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, etc., that they deal with multiple men. So when you come across these women, even if you ask them, do you got a man? There's two things they might say to you. They might say no, or they might say, why is that an issue? Why are you worried about that? You should already know in general, okay, that these women have a dude that's actually blowing their back out and literally not giving them no resources, not giving them none of their of what they gained in this world. Okay, so you'll have some of these broads that'll say, I want a man to do this, I want a man to do that, but they got a fake thug, dirty Dick Rodney, okay, bow-legged Lamont, okay. That's just gutting them down left and right, just giving it to them, not giving them no resources, no nothing. But yet, when it comes to you, okay, you got to cough up this, you got to cough up that, okay? Can't make this shit up, man. So this is Sirach chapter 9, verse 8. Turn thine eye from a beautiful woman, okay? Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. And, furthermore, the beauty of a woman right now in this captivity is vain. It's really not actual, true, natural beauty. It's all modifications. It's all war paint. Okay, and the war paint that they put on so many layers, lathers, and all that it changes the visual image of their face, man. That's one of the main reasons, amongst others, why men want to see women without makeup. Okay, and the real true beauty in general, whether it be now in this kingdom and also in the kingdom to come, which is the kingdom of heaven, the real true beauty of a woman is going to be her spirit and her mindset. And that's a real thing that you have to look for in general, man. In general, just in life, when dealing with these women, man, you really got to, examine them for who they truly are. And all you got to do, man, is just say a few things here and there. Let them lead the conversation. Let them, talk. They will tell you, a woman will tell you. You don't have to force them. You don't have to go above and beyond. They will tell you who they are. And literally, they're telling you who they are right now. Man, when you go to these social media platforms and you click on these women's video and they say this and they say that, they're telling you who they are. Okay, but again, when they say they want a man for this and a man for that, a lot of these women are batshit backwards, man. Okay? They say they want a man to treat them good, but once you treat them like shit, they want you. But if you treat them good, they don't want you. If you show them too much attention, you're needy and, they don't want you. But if you don't show them attention, they chase after you. As it states in, in the book of Psalms 82, verse 5, everything is flipped upside down. Okay? Everything is flipped upside down. Women love chaos. Okay? Women are very emotional. They make decisions off emotions. So to literally, this may sound fucked up, but to have a woman be what's the word I'm looking for? Obsessed with you, you literally have to get her to pour her emotions into your relationship. She has to invest her emotions into you. Okay, because that's the main thing. To get a woman, she has to invest her emotions into you. Okay, but again, Sirach 9 verse 8, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. And also too, again, as I stated, another is she has a man that she's dealing with. Again, these women have at least one or two men, maybe even more, probably more for real, that's dicking them down. Again, dirty Dick Rodney, bow-legged Lamont, a fake thug that they will not leave alone because he breaks their back down real good. Okay? For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, because again, it's vain. It's not who they truly are. You have to know a woman who they truly are by their mental and their spirit, how they conduct themselves. That's the true beauty of that's the true beauty of a person in general, man. Okay? Right now, the outer vessel, I mean, because, we're men. Of course, if you actually see a woman that has no makeup and she's actually, you know, not really using that nasty, funky ass weave and using her own hair, and she looks decent, you know, a man's going to gravitate towards that because a man is visual, man. But when that broad opens her mouth and if she just has a nasty ass attitude, a nasty spirit, hey man, look, man, me personally, I will not get aroused, man. I'd rather be alone than to have a headache, because we already deal with a lot. I don't want to desire being men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith life, so like for herewith love is kindled as a fire, man, because again, they made you love at first sight, but you're going through all types of hell, all types of, as the Lord say, furnace of adversity, dealing with this broad. As Paul said, man, you shall have trouble in the flesh, man. Because again, it's not about you. It's what did Janet Jackson say? What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. And that's what these trifling, self-willed, rebellious N-dubs think. What are you going to do for me? It's not about you. Because again, everything is upside down. They believe that you were made to be their helpmeet. There's no equality. They believe they're above you, man. But look, let's grab the precept that I quoted earlier, Salaki. And after that, we're going to grab one more and I'm going to close it out. Because again, man, you know, I would hate to say this, man, but you know, our people are just mentally, physically, spiritually destroyed, man. You know, a lot of stuff you see infuriates you, but the more you grow and you prosper, you know, you just, because, you know, as Israelites, man, as Jake, man, we're sympathetic and compassionate for our people in general, man, but, and you know, also just in general, period, but, you know, some things are just sad, man. You just got to shake your head, man. You know, it is what it is, and our people just need to go through that cleansing process. But that cleansing process is going to bring forth death, judgment. You know, the earth, and you know, mainly Israel, because Israel is the nation that's supposed to lead the earth, and other nations has to be put through a restoration stage, man. Okay, it has to be purged from the wickedness and the filth that they have cleaved onto. So this is 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's what the main mentality of these women. They want to live in pleasure. They want to have a lavish, luxurious life. And they'll go and do anything by any means necessary. Okay, they'll put you in a trap just to achieve their goals, man. You are the retirement plan. Okay, so-called black, Latino, Native and Seminole Indian man, you are the retirement plan for these women. These women talk a lot of shit. They this, they that, they bosses, they this, they that. But at the end of the day, you men, because in natural reality, these women truly don't want to work. Okay, they don't want to work. They would rather just relax, go shopping, do what they want to do. Okay, and have you front all the bills, man. And also give them an allowance. And if they have a business where they can be able to have that business just flow and run by itself and be able to just check in every now and then, they would do that. But they would still have a man as the retirement plan. That's a lesson. They will still have a man as the retirement plan. Okay? Because they want to live in pleasure. And again, as you heard what she was speaking about, she wasn't talking about raising her kids in a correct righteous structure. No, she was talking about putting men on child support. Okay, again, attempting to bring forth her retirement plan of life to have the men paid away. She wasn't talking about, you know, getting married and having a family and building a foundation with one man. No, she's talking about being a whore, a slut to 5 different men. And again, that's why a lot of you women, because you have, again, some women have over 100, damn near maybe 1,000 men that they lay with, man, and these women are literally mentally gone, man, because you have so many DNAs in you, literally fighting to be the dominant one to connect with you. And that's another reason why you women cannot pair bond. Okay, so the Lord didn't make women to be in the role of a man. Okay, but again, the prophecies are coming to life, and as a matter of fact, this is another prophecy that we see right now that's coming to life. And you also just had the Houston spring break, And from all the videos that's being posted, you have a lot of people over there that they say that's been having intercourse without condoms, and it's been televised since last year that Houston, Dallas, Houston, Texas, is one of the places that have a great abundant rate of STDs, STIs, and also HIV. And you still got these simple, stupid Israelites, men and women, going out there and just literally not taking heed to what's being, literally not taking heed to the data and what's being spoken publicly. It's like, matter of fact, since I spoke on it, let me grab this. What is that? Proverbs. Because it's obvious how people love and want death. It's like they don't fear death. They don't fear what the Lord's going to do to them, man. Okay, this is Proverbs 8 verse 36. But he that sinneth against me, because again, you going out there, you laying with all these women, and again, a lot of these women got men out there going on vacation, going out there to have a good. These women have men. Okay, and do you think anybody's going out there to go get tested after they do all? No, man. Oh, I ain't got nothing. You just go to the gym, hit the treadmill and run. You think you're going to sweat everything out. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because y'all hate the Lord. Y'all hate the instructions, the guidelines, the blueprint. Because everybody knows about the prophets. Everybody knows about the men. And you hate us because we're speaking the direct message and giving you the correct standard from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So you hate the Lord. You hate his ways. All they that hate me love death. And again, you going out to not only Houston spring break, but any spring break and indulging in stuff like that. This being careless with your vessel. You love death, man. You love death. But again, back to what I spoke to. We also seeing this prophecy, this what was spoken in Sirach playing out right now. And this is self-explanatory. This is Sirach, the last precept, Sirach 26. Verse 12, she, okay, the Israelite woman and the heathen woman, will open her mouth, okay, so she will slob the knob on any man that gives her butterflies, makes her quiver wet, okay, that is a bad boy, that's attractive, okay. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he had found a fountain and drink of very water, spit in my face. Okay, and you got a lot of these women, man. Look, I ain't trying to get graphic, man, but y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. Jake, she doing that to Jake. Jake about to climax. What does she do? She go put it all the way down to her tonsils and just hold it right there until Jake is done and keep on going. You got a lot of stuff, man. Just a lot of freak nasty stuff, man. And they openly speak this stuff. Okay? By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver, her reproductive organ, against every arrow. And the arrow is the man's reproductive organ. So any man that tickles her fancy, that again gives her butterflies, makes her damp down there. Okay, he's unpredictable. Everybody wants him. Hey, a woman knows in the first 30 seconds of meeting you if she wants to give you some. Point blank, period. And depending on how she sees you, okay, which is your sexual market value, depending on the number, whether it be 1, 5, or 10, how she sees you, you don't have to do nothing. Now, let's say you were 10 in her eyes. You literally don't have to do a damn thing. She will give you her number, and literally she will take the lead. You don't got to take her out. You don't even have to have your own damn place. Just have somewhere to go. She will contact you, ask you what you're doing, and get her way to where you're at. Hey, man. Self-explanatory. So I don't want to wrap this out, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.